So with that, I am going to very reluctantly turn this microphone over because I have no idea what will happen next to our member, Lauren Domino, and she will introduce those who are attired here at the Jet City Improv.
Hello, everyone. So for 22 years now, Jet City Improv has been bringing our unique form of audience participation comedy to Seattle. We're a nonprofit theater and education organization based out of our home venue in the University District. What you're going to see here today is completely improvised, meaning it's never been done before, it'll never be done again, it's just for you, based on your suggestions. So I joined the cast of Jet City Improv when I was just 20 years old. So I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was. But Jet City Improv has really become like a family for me. And I'm just thrilled to have this opportunity to introduce my Jet City Improv family to my new Rotary family and celebrate Laura and Val's stellar leadership with some well-deserved laughs. We have brought out an all-star cast for you today. Please welcome to the stage the co-founders of Jet City Improv, Mike Christensen and Andrew McMasters, and longtime cast member and friend, John Excel. All right, where'd Laura go? Laura, I hope you didn't go too far. So come on up to the stage, Laura. So we know that as president, Laura, you have accumulated and amassed an immense amount of information and knowledge about Rotary, probably about life in general. This is such a learning opportunity. And so what we've done is we've combined that knowledge in your brain with the information from two other experts to create a doctor know-it-all. That's right. This doctor can answer any question you all might have about Rotary, about life, whatever might be pressing in your mind that you want answered today. So they have to work together to make sure they're answering your questions. I'm going to hand it off to John at this point.
There's a very technical process happening right now. Don't just trust we know what we're doing in this process. It's an advanced medical procedure in which their three heads are about to be combined into one super intelligent being who is ready to answer any questions you may have. Questions about Rotary, questions about Laura herself, questions about life, anything you want to know, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll come by with the microphone. You can ask the question right away here in front, and you'll hear the answer. Of course, you're going to hear the answer between the three heads. It's going to be really great now. Now, despite what you might have read in books or learned in school, the answer you hear from Dr. Know-It-All is true. This is the actual answer to the question you asked. So trust your response. Ken has a question up front. Go ahead, Ken.
How tall is Laura in centimeters?
How tall is Laura in centimeters, Dr. Know-It-All?
European
Centimeters,
are not
even
The
valid
way
to
measure
success. I got you,
Ken came in here with metric and tried to measure a great American, and look what happened. Well, not everyone will be shamed like Ken was. And the question over here, I see a hand raised. Yeah, one up front here.
How's the United States going to do against Germany in that other football?
9 a.m. tomorrow, USA, Germany. Dr. Know-It-All, what's the result?
soccer
Is
A.
unique
experience,
Which
can
lead,
to
frustration
exhilaration.
and
sorrow
What? What?
sorrow
Not
tomorrow.
there. Thank you. Perfect.
Incredible answer, Dr. Know-It-All. A new question for you from Todd.
What is Rotary's four-way test?
Dr. Know-It-All, all together now, what is Rotary's four-way test?
tests
For
Rotary,
can
include
the
road
to
success
the
road
to
failure
the
service
of
all.
Yeah. So there's two roads and a service that within them are four tests. It's very complicated. You might understand it, Todd. It's We'll explain it to you later, okay? Another question over here for Dr. Know-It-All from Tom.
President Laura, what's the first thing that you're going to do when you're not President Laura?
Dr. Know-It-All, Laura's first action as non-president.
Try.
Two.
Relax. We'll take maybe one or two from this side of the room. Any questions for Dr. Know-It-All over here about anything? It could be predicting the future. It could be philosophy. Yes, from Paula right here.
President Laura, what's the most fun you've ever had on a horse?
Dr. Know-It-All, the most fun President Laura ever had on a horse.
Horses
Are.
Gentle
and
Strong.
animals
if
Jumping.
is
your
Favorite.
thing.
then
I.
Say.
let's
Go higher.
So jumping. Yeah, that's great. We have one more right here. Yeah?
What was your worst meeting during your leadership?
Dr. Know-It-All, in front of this intimate crowd of a few friends, what was the worst meeting Laura ever had during her tenure as president?
March
3rd.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dr. Know-It-All!
Keep that applause going for Laura, everyone. Great job, Laura.
so. I'm not sure.
Well, you all know that Rotary is an international organization, and we do our best as the world's largest club to bring in folks from Rotary clubs around the world to expand our cultural knowledge. So actually, for this next one, I also want to bring up Mark Wright and Ken Grant. Could you come up, please? There's, I'll tell you in a minute what these two folks have been working on with me. Because we've put together something really special. We actually flew out a special speaker from a Rotary club from somewhere else in the world he's actually a renowned poet. And he's here to present his poem for you. And he's been working with Val on this to commemorate her experience as executive director over her tenure over the decades. And actually, Val has come up with a title for, if she had to encapsulate her experience as the executive director, the title of that poem. And I'm going to go ahead, would someone with a microphone run down to Val, wave your hand? She's going to tell us the name of that poem. So, right there.
Right here, yeah. All right, Val, the name of this poem is?
From addressagraphs to thumb drives.
Can you say it again one more time?
From addressagraph machines to thumb drives.
From, I don't even know what that first thing
Technology.
is. I'm a young Rotary leader.
Addressagraphs to thumb drives. From
Addressagraphs to thumb drive. I'm going to just
drives.
trust you on that one,
think it's
okay?
like a daguerreotype
Well,
photograph
so
or
not
something.
only do we have an amazing poet, and in fact, John, I can't remember the name of the poet in what country, what made-up country might be. Maybe you could get that from someone here who remembers, who has a better memory.
Anybody here know a really good made-up, non-existent country that sounds like a real country? Far-Offistan.
Oh, yes, that's right. Thank you so much.
That's perfect, yeah,
Thank you.
Far-Offistan.
I mean, my memory is just Far-Offistan. That's right. We've flown this from the Rotary Club of Far-Offistan is here to do this poem about Val's experience. And in fact, on the side, I don't think you know this, but Mark Wright and Ken Grant and I have a little dance troupe. It's a side project. It's a side project that we've been working on. We specialize in interpretive dance. And you guys, we've been practicing really hard. We've been really rehearsing, every Wednesday after Rotary we've been rehearsing. And we are prepared to bring this poem to life for you.
Yeah, Lauren, do you want to start stretching? Do you want to start getting
Luckily,
ready?
we also have a translator here who speaks Far-Offistanese,
I
who
dated
can
a girl
translate the
from-
poem. So enough said. You
dated-
guys, I'm so excited. I just wanted, this is going to be a great commemoration of Val's tenure. So here we go. You guys ready? Let's stretch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following performance has been ordained by the nation of Far-Offistan. Their poet laureate here to present the poem entitled, in your language, From Addressagraphs to Thumb Drives.
Shokio Tawata, Wapia Katasa, Fortio Wokho.
I have information at news, but how to save it.
Shotiakoba, Semete, Semete Somo.
I have Shabbat.
Semete.
Semete Shabbat. I have information. I have letters. I have photographs.
Shopikatawa. Shabbat. Oh.
I have a way to shrink them tiny.
Shopiata. Sonkotochi bakatakasa. Rotochi monlati gambo.
But they are so small, I could lose them easily over there, or on vacation.
Shopiawata. Gope. Se.
Now, technology saves.
Forward poet, everyone!
Big round of
great.
applause. Thank you so much, Mark and Ken, for being good sports about that. Yeah, if you want to come support our dance troupe, I can give you the time of our next gig, everybody.
Definitely do, yes. I would
All
want to
right.
see that again.
Well, we've got one last one for you. And in fact, this is also to commemorate President Laura. So Laura, come on back up here. Where are you? Where'd you go? Someone hand Laura a microphone. I want to ask her a couple of questions for this next one we're going to do. So Laura, tell us, if you had one lesson you learned as president, what would that be?
With Mark Wright as program chair, I don't care how badly your pants are on fire, you can get through that program.
Okay. You can get through the program no matter how badly your pants are on fire. You know, I also think this is a chance, as we say goodbye, to get to know you a little better, because we see you as our president, but outside of Rotary, do you have any hobbies? What do you like to do, especially now that you're heading into retirement?
I like to ride horses and jump them.
Okay. And any others other than horseback riding?
Oh, long list. Books and film and restaurants and
great.
cooking and grandson Henry August.
So if you had to give one piece of advice for our incoming president, what would that be?
Tommy should carry a fire hose.
Fire hose.
Just keep it
Okay.
off to the side.
Great. Well, thank you, Laura. That's all we need from you. You can have a seat and enjoy this last one for you. So I believe there was this. There was a song, right? We had in mind a song.
Yeah. It's an old
Tell
Irish
us about
drinking
it.
song.
Yeah. It's
But
an
we
old
should-
Irish drinking song, and there's a chorus that
chorus.
goes along with it. So we want everybody to join in with us when we do it.
Well, here, we'll just teach it to you real quick, all right?
Are you ready? Let's practice.
Go ahead,
We're all
try
gonna
that.
practice here.
That's lovely.
All right.
So when we get to the chorus, you sing along.
Just sing along with us. You'll know what it goes.
And this one's about Laura, of course.
It is, of course.
Oh, hi-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di. There was a gal named Laura.
She was the lady in charge.
She was putting out fires.
Everywhere you looked.
But one day there were flaming trousers.
And they were going really high.
She said, oh, it's out of control.
But no one's going to die.
Oh, hi-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di.
And then one day she left us.
And we were without a course.
We didn't know which way to turn.
But she was on her horse.
She was out there jumping.
She looked just like the general.
She was flying so high.
She shined just like an emerald.
Oh,
hi-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di.
Oh, and after she left, we had another president.
He was just as good, I think.
He kept a fire hose next to him.
Right next to a big sink.
And one piece of advice she did give him.
She left it behind real good.
She said, make sure to point it
at any burning wood.
Oh, hi-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di.
One more time now.
Oh, hi-de-di-de-di-de-di-de-di. For Laura, everybody.
All right, thank you, everyone. I just want to say, Laura and Val and everyone, thank you so much for participating and being such great sports. What you saw today is just a taste of the work that Jet City Improv does, from special performances to team building trainings to education and outreach programs that bring laughter to kids who need it the most. If you'd like to learn more, there's some flyers on your table. Thank you again for inviting us to take part in celebrating the work of these two fine leaders. Laura, I'm going to hand it back to you.
Thank you very much. I think I'm safe in my career. I'll keep my day job. So thank you, Jet City Improv. Very fun. Bravo. And with that, I'm turning the podium over to John Durbin. So once again, we have no idea what's ahead of us. So past President John Durbin.
I won't be as funny as those people were, but I'll probably make just as much sense. Okay, we're going to do a short tribute to Valerie Elliott here. She wants a long one. I will start off by giving my recollection of my first year as her first year as executive director, which was the year I was president of the club. It's 1986 and 1987. It was a history-making year for the Rotary Club. Luck of the draw, it was my year as president of the club. The first thing that happened was Mickey Layoff, who the old-timers know, she had been the executive director of the club for 34 years, and she decided to retire. So Val keeps reminding me that I asked her to stay on a little bit longer so that she could give a little bit more training to Val. Val had been working for her for 4 years at that point. The board and I felt very lucky when we heard that Mickey was retiring, that we had somebody as competent and dedicated as Val to take her place. Obviously, we made a very good decision. What did Val get herself into? Well, Rotary was a lot different in those days than it is now. The Seattle Times did an article on clubs of influence in Seattle that same year and described our members as a bunch of older white men with gray hair and dark suits. Beside the story was a picture of me with Mickey Mouse ears on. So we had over 800 members at that time, and it was the second largest Rotary club in the world. It was a year that I realized what a really tough job Val and the staff had. I also realized that Val and the president of the club get a lot of help from dedicated volunteers within the membership of the club. The other history-making event that involved Rotary in 1986 was the International Rotary 78-year policy of being an all-male organization. There was quite a bit of pressure building in some of the clubs in the West to allow women members. A small club in Duarte, California, went ahead and broke the rule and accepted women members. Rotary International sued them, and our board and myself, with Val's encouragement, decided that Seattle 4 should take a leadership role in admitting women members and become the first large club in the world to do so. Although there was some stiff resistance within the club, the vast majority of the members were all for that. And we did become the first Rotary club of a large size to admit female members. Since Val had a significant part in making that happen, I tried to talk her into becoming a member, but she declined, saying that she didn't think that was appropriate. Obviously, her first year as executive director, was quite eventful and somewhat stressful. She was often running as an agent of change, and you can see all the changes and improvements that have taken place in our club during her long and eventful term. I have a great deal of respect and admiration for Val and the job she's done. I'd like to take 1 minute to apologize to the men in the club. There was no way of knowing at that time that women would come in and take over all of the big jobs and do most of the hard work. Now, the Rotary Rogues would like to serenade Val with a brand new song in her honor with lyrics from past president Eric Rehrmann.
Meetings on Wednesdays, digestible menus, finding committees, appropriate venues, opening anthems when everyone sings. These are a few of Val's favorite things. Love smiles and handshakes from Rotary members, now representing available genders. Started with meeting with sacred bell rings. These are a few of Val's favorite things. Honoring all of our great winners, holiday parties and equally dinners, mariner outings and fellowship flings. These are a few of Val's favorite things. When the light dims and the bell rings and we're running late, Val safely remembers her favorite things, and then she is feeling great. 32 years of Seattle for serving, all of the grandma who are wondering, many great presidents, something knowing. These recollections retirement brings. Guys from Wisconsin and trips to Alaska, surely there's more, but you'll just have to ask them. May all the wonders that happiness brings make up the list of your favorite things. Please remember all the good times, fellowship and fun. We'll always remember the 32 years of keeping us number one.
Thank you, Rotary Rogues, and thank you for not letting Eric Bremner sing that song. Now I'd like to ask Ralph Davis and Tim Betts to come to the podium. Oh, here's Ralph. Tom Betts, excuse me. Okay, Ralph Davis has quietly given much to our club, including generous support of the foundation and donation of wine for many events, and he would like to make a presentation now.
Thank you very much. I feel like, I don't know, the end of the tail of the donkey at this point on this program. It's first thing I have the honor of doing is introducing Val's special guest. And as she describes him, the special love of her life, Bill Rudolph. If you'd stand so everybody sees you, Val's the guy from Wisconsin, obviously. Val's sons, Bannon and Mason. And daughter-in-law, Courtney, and special grade school friend that stayed that way for all these years, and special love for Val, Dagmar Moodhart. Thank you. And as I say, now here I am at the very end after this great event and programs we've seen, I have 1 minute in which to express, the special appreciation of all of us who weren't past presidents and didn't have an opportunity to express appreciation to Val earlier for her helping hands, her loyalty, her special reach out to us as we had various Rotary projects. It's been so helpful to all of us and to many people that aren't here over these 32 years. Many of us remember sending Val an email at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, expecting her to see it the next morning and respond, and instead, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, zip, you got an answer back. The work ethic, the schedule, the loyalty is absolutely amazing, as we've all heard. We recently made an informal survey of Seattle Forum members, and what we found was that the average member has had 7 bosses in their life. That's excluding current and ex-wives and husbands. Some of them said that the bosses were even tougher than the ex-wives and husbands. We have an opportunity to look at Val's 32 years and realize that she's been through 32 presidents, ushered us through over 1,500 of these luncheons where she's been responsible for everything from the location, the meals, the scheduling, and coordinating everything up to the point of turning it over to the Sergeant at Arms, the program manager, and the current president. How many of us would want to do that? In addition, recording for 400 board meetings, dealing with over 4,000 board members and committee chairs and participants, all of who, and this may shock us all, sometimes had pretty big egos, goals, opinions, and had special instructions or requests for the executive depending on the individual. You get the message. Who in the hell would want that job? Val took it. She did it. This lady has been the loving mother to this club for 32 years, and considering the age and the demeanor of our membership, that's not an easy task. We thank you, Val, from the bottom of our heart. On behalf of all Seattle Rotarians, we have for you down there, because I didn't want to carry it up here, a 6-pack. It happens to be a 6-pack of wine, and it includes a couple special bottles, a Quilceda Creek 2004 and a Foreman 2010, both that Parker of Wine Spectator said were 100%, 100-point wines, and that's how we value and measure you. Maybe 110, but I couldn't find a wine that was rated that high. So we thank you. We wish you a great road trip we know you've planned. We hope this wine will kind of spruce the two of you up at night and give you good thoughts. And we send you on your way for many years of special retirement. Thank you very much from all of us.
Next. Okay, now, incoming President Tom Betts has a presentation to make as well.
First, I want to start off with a little something I picked up at QFC for you. Thank you, Jim, for that wonderful introduction. I've only been given 60 seconds by the program god Dorothy in this program to express all the years I've known Val and the wonderful lady who I have come to know as my friend. Val, I will truly miss all of our conversations. Conversations about getting older, retirement, pluses and benefits, the possibility and the actuality of grandchildren. I know. And especially the wonderful members of Seattle Number 4. So as we bid you farewell, I would like to quote playwright Donald Miller. Val, everyone has to leave. Everyone has to leave their home and come back so they can love it all over again for all new reasons. With that in mind, I am honored to present you as the last act of President Laura's year with this really cool titanium badge as the newest honorary member of Seattle Number 4. Use it off. Sounds good. Use that badge often, as you are always welcome home. Thank you.
Val, would you like to say a few words?
I know about titanium. One of my kids really likes it, and he's got a ring made out of titanium. And I told him that when your hands get swollen, you can't cut through titanium. So nothing's going to sever me from 32 years. I will come back when I want to see you and feel you and hug you, but I won't be a pest. I think that it's time for the next chapter, and I want to be very receptive to that. This has been a fantastic week, a fantastic life, actually. And today I had this delightful experience of coming to the hotel. My son Bannon got there, and I'm greeting him, and I look up, and right next to him is the man that I've been spending time with for 5 years, going up and down the highways, well, actually flying. But we've been exchanging visits for 5 years every other month. So I knew not to ask him to come to this today, because he'd have to come from Wisconsin and get somebody to take care of the animals and the farm and everything. So it was a delight. I have all the people that I love most in this world in this room. But they're not just relatives, they're all of you. There are tons of people here that I count on and I love and I trust, and I would do the same for them. So Rotary to me has been a savior, it's been a friend, it's been an inspiration. And I'm not going that far. I'm going to take one little trip this weekend that was not planned. But I'm going to be living in Seattle and getting bored occasionally and needing to see friends and needing to be active and involved. So bless you. Thank you for everything. And Laura, we've had a great year together. We really have. Bless you all. Thank you.
You know, there may be some people who would like to make their own remarks to Val. So we have open mics here. Carrie's got one for any last greetings to Val from our own members who have experienced her warmth and friendship all these years. I know they're there. Thank you, Bill.
I'm Bill Weisfield, and I was president about 16 years ago. And I shared with the past presidents last week that in 16 years ago, Val was in dire need of a kidney and wasn't sure she was going to make it. Her family's very aware of this, Bill's very aware of it, but Val, I'd like to say on behalf of all of us, that was halfway through your 32 years, and aren't we all lucky how well that came out? Yes.
So I just wanted to say a couple of words on behalf of anyone who in this room who's been the program chair. Val, when someone said Val's been the mother of this club, it's really true. The thing that we love about our mothers is that despite our failings and our stumbles in life, they never say, "Come on, stupid, what are you doing?" They smile and they say, "It'll be okay, honey." I mean, that's what your mom says. And what I love most about Val is she just so quietly supports all of us, even when we make mistakes. And it's just been a pleasure to know you and work with you. Thank you.
So we come to the close of my year. I think Paulishi is wandering. He's going to wander up here too. A special thanks to this wonderful program. You saw the talent and the dedication and the humor of our members at work here at Jet City Improv. You were just great. So great to have you with us again. Pete Delani is taking notes, I think, somewhere in this room, or at least we will see a totem. Someone's taking those notes. Linda Ruff, Marley Iverson, Kim Anderson, Carrie Rollo, Ken Colling, Lauren Domino, and past President John Durbin. Thank you for putting together such a wonderful program. And now I believe that Paulishi might have close to the last word. Is that right, Paul? Close. Close.
You get it. You get it. Well done, Laura. And I'm so happy for you. You and your team provided us with another outstanding year. You and your past presidents' peers all know the amount of time that and that commitment that it takes. We also know the relief when it comes down to this very last meeting. You will look back a lot at how rewarding this accomplishment was, and moreover, the wonder of our members. It is indeed a special organization. We were all blessed to have you guide us in our service above self journey. In appreciation thereof, and with our utmost respect, we would like to give you your golden presidential badge and a diamond membership pin, recognized throughout the Rotary world, for doing the most important job in Rotary, that being a club president. Well done, Laura.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, absolutely a pleasure. It wouldn't be right if I didn't end a meeting with a quote, because I love those quotes. And Albert Einstein said, "There are only two ways to live your life. One is though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle." So I will say the first miracle was getting through this year, right? Ken and Mark. We got through it. You know, when you start out the year and you're looking at 48 weeks or something like that and nothing's scheduled, it is daunting. So thank you very much, gentlemen. You are just a great team. But the other greater miracle is being invited to take on a role that you really had not thought about at all, and to say yes, and to see the gifts of that role, and the gifts of friendship, and the gifts of talent that are all around there. This is not a job, I mean, Paul just said it's the most important job. I don't think it is. I think it's the most privileged job. The most important job is what's happening right around this room with the members of our club in the service they do. That's the most important. And it's been a great, great privilege to simply have this role, to support it, to broadcast how important it is, and to be among you as friends and colleagues. So I'm deeply grateful for this opportunity, for the miracles that life continues to unfold every day, and our ability to take advantage of those and to serve others all through it. So thank you for the time at this podium. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I think I have a last act, Tom, which is to hand this to you, because we will not have a meeting next week, July 2nd. We will all enjoy a long 4th of July weekend. And we will return on July 9th with a program that will be under the leadership of Tom Betts as our incoming president, Hamilton McCullough as vice president of programs. And with that, Tom, this is for you. Do you want to ring the bell? Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm going to ring the bell, and I'm going to hand this to Tom. We're adjourned.
Seattle Rotary Online is made possible in part by a grant from First Choice Health, working with the Washington Health Information Collaborative to use technology to bring better health care to patients throughout the Pacific Northwest. First Choice Health.